Hi everyone, I'm a Barkindji woman and I'd like to start off by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land, the Kulin Nation, and recognising elders past and present and paying my respects. I come from Dertan, Woor-Dungin. I'm also a committee member of Woor-Dungin, but I also work as a case manager support worker with an organisation called Connecting Home, and we work with the stolen generation to support their families and also the people themselves. I'm here tonight to tell you about Woor-Dungin and our work and how we support Aboriginal organisations. But really I'm here to represent all people who work in support roles in case management. You're going to hear another story. We just finished off hearing beautiful stories about children's books. Today I'm here to tell you about a very challenging story about a dear friend of mine, Jane. As a worker, she faces every day the challenges, trauma and difficulties she faces in her role as a helper to others. I have a question for you. Who helps the helpers? This is about an appeal to raise money to support a program that has been developed to help the helpers. I work with an amazing Aboriginal woman. Jane is a caseworker in a rural Aboriginal organisation. Her role is to support families that have come into contact with child protection. Last month, she was involved in the removal of her cousin's child. That child was placed in foster care. In this circumstance, with no other family members with the capacity to take on the foster care role, and to prevent the child from being taken away from community and also from family contact, she stepped up to take on the role of the foster carer. Since that time, Jane has had to deal with the unique and difficult situation of not only being a foster carer but being professionally involved in the formal removal of a family member's child, while also being privy to family conversations, stress and trauma suffered by the family. And the family is struggling, and obviously it's members that she loves. She now faces a situation where her professional role is to support the reunification of the family. While in her personal life, she's also seeing the impact of the child's removal on the mother of the child themselves and other family members. And they are experiencing depression, trauma and substance abuse. And this is also being played out on social media, personal websites that Jane sees every day. There is no job training that can prepare a support worker for these things. The trauma and difficult situations that Aboriginal support workers see every day. So I'm here to ask you, who supports these workers? Who helps the helpers? The problem with these issues is that they are not unique or isolated to my community. They are Australia-wide. My people are experiencing grief, loss, trauma, poor mental health, substance abuse, incarceration rates, addiction, suicide. I could go on all night about these issues that affect my community and the problems that we're all aware of. The problem with workers in Aboriginal organisations is that they are a part of the communities that they are trying to support, lead, help and change. When they go home at 5 p.m, their role as leaders and supporters does not stop. The issues will still be there and the phone will keep ringing. These people are often not only leaders at work but critical support for their immediate and extended families. And all Aboriginal families are big, me being one of 17. My point is, without support and adequate training, our people and our workers are at risk of burnout, depression, community fatigue that threatens the sustainability of Aboriginal organisations and services. The situation is dire and urgent, and it's very real, and it's happening right now. And this is where Woor-Dungin comes in. Woor-Dungin has been working with Aboriginal organisations for a number of years, particularly in the Mallee area where I'm from. And we look to provide additional and practical support to workers dealing with critical incidents in our communities. Coming from Dertan, which is a cross-border near the Woor-Dungin area, we rely on services provided by organisations such as the Mallee District Aboriginal Services. Woor-Dungin is challenged in supporting this organisation because of funding restrictions, because Woor-Dungin MDAS supports across border communities. So I'm here to ask you to pledge your support tonight for the Aboriginal Community Workers Support Services pilot. It's a mouthful, but this pilot has been developed in partnership with On the Line Australia, and it will provide 24/7 telephone, webcast and online video support for the organisations and the workers themselves that are urgently in need. The service will counsel workers through critical incidents and will provide online peer support for continued connection between workers across the state. The service will also provide training to build the capacity of staff to respond to these high trauma situations such as suicide. The amazing thing about this project is that through Woor-Dungin's work, it is being developed in consultation with the workers on the ground and in partnership with Aboriginal organisations, and is based on real and practical needs. We have 170 Aboriginal organisations in Victoria, and the ability and capacity of these organisations to respond goes beyond the call. Through small investments like this, we can help to ensure sustainability, strengthen partnerships, and service delivery for Aboriginal communities like mine. And we can make sure that the helpers are supported and trained to perform in their roles. Thank you. For 10,000, I'd like to introduce Krista and Sue Fitzpatrick.